Everyone, it's Nova Scotia Thomas again. So I'm going to be reacting to another Darman video. I've been waiting a very, very long time to react to this particular one. This is little person teacher is laughed at. They instantly regret it. I now okay. The other Darman video that I reacted to was mostly accurate. This is the other extreme. It's like normally Darman puts out great stuff. Uh, this one I have a lot of issues, as especially as I'm speaking as a student who was had a learning disability and who in his when he was a little kid was written off by a lot of people. This brings back a lot of bad memories of people when they of know-it-all teachers and all that. But yeah, I'm just gonna. It's just. I'm sorry. This is my personal opinion. I think it's bad. I think it's really bad. Well intentioned, Darman, I love you, but it's just bad. Uh, so I'll rate it for accuracy at the end. Give it a grade. So let's get started.
You multiply the 10 by the 2. That gives you 20.
Yeah, it reminds me of like elementary school. That reminds me of like
Are you
elementary,
guys
maybe middle school,
attention?
something like that.
This is
Maybe it
so
was much middle
boring.
school.
Yeah. Isn't there some other way we can learn? No, there isn't. So you better
Okay, yes, there is, and you'll see them try, but how they go about it, not so great in real life. If it was in real life.
listen. Especially because you have assessment tests coming up. You know what? I can't take this anymore. You kids don't listen. Your test scores are the worst in the school, and you keep breaking all the rules. Where are you going? I didn't sign up for this. I'm leaving. Good luck with your next teacher.
That's true. Like I remember being in a class where the teacher didn't walk out, but was just kind of unruly. I felt like I was trapped in like a jungle of wild animals when I was like little. When I was like little younger in school, like I'm kind of weird. I don't have after grade 7, I left pretty well public school for good, but I do have memories of like it being kind of like wild and unruly when I was there. Okay, bunch of students fooling around. Their future is in the balance. They're not learning. The school's in trouble. What do we do?
As you all may have heard by now, Mrs. Jacobs quit yesterday.
Well, who could blame her? Her students are the most problematic ones in the school.
I've gone through 3 different teachers.
We wouldn't even last more than a week with them.
That's true. But we need
They weren't so bad. Okay, when I was in 7th grade, I saw students literally destroy and vandalize picnic benches and desks at school, and I mean like rip them apart. Like they're just throwing paper around. Like that was like if you can't handle that, you should. If you can't handle stuff like what I'm seeing there, you should probably consider another profession if you're a teacher. If you can't handle that.
to do something. Because if these kids don't pass their assessment tests, it is not going to be good. Besides, the board is already talking about taking drastic measures. I heard at Eastmont, half their teachers.
Yep, that's got memories. Students' lives are in trouble, and the first question is how it's going to affect the teachers. I'm sure there are great teachers out there, but like Nova Scotia, our public education system really isn't too good. So again, if you're in California or elsewhere, and you're a dedicated teacher, we need you. We love you, and I met teachers like you, but I've had a lot of bad teachers in public school. I'm sorry to say.
I can't afford to lose my job.
We need these kids to pass.
that is going to take a miracle.
You are so right. And on And that note, I'm excited to say that we found one. I just hired someone that's not only smart, she's hardworking, patient, and a little person.
Or does being little have to do with it? Like, okay, so I will say this: like, you do get people who are sort of like disabled or shorter or smaller working working in areas where the students who do have who do have who work with students and people who have disabilities themselves. So it's not that unrealistic. It's not that unrealistic, but just an aesthetic. It does feel like they're trying to like shove way too much into one video. Like like it feels like they're trying to shove progressive learning methods, talk about learning disabilities, and fighting against discrimination against people who are shorter all at the exact same time, which all laudable things, but it just seems like a little bit much. Though again, like the idea that they would again like I don't know the culture in California. I don't really think that that would have been too much of an issue. It would when I was growing up with like the teacher's authority being respected. I assure you, they would have disrespected her authority either way. Um, but yeah,
Hello, everyone. Please welcome Miss Brooks. She is your new teacher. Hi. How are you?
Hi, I'm pretty excited to be here.
Wait a minute. We're all in danger of losing our jobs, and you decide to hire her?
what does
Yes.
her right have something to do with it?
Miss Brooks is a highly qualified teacher with an impeccable record.
Yes, that's possible. Like you need someone highly qualified with a good
Well,
record.
they may as well just come and fire us all now.
But yeah, like that's totally unprofessional. She should have been fired right then and there,
I am
frankly,
so
for
sorry
behavior
about
like that.
that. Sally's been here a long time, and she's not always very open-minded.
It's okay. To be honest, that's not the first time I've received that type of reaction.
I see. How about I introduce you to your new class?
Sounds great. Oh, I have to warn you, I have a, let's just say, unique way of teaching.
Okay, here we go. This is what I really didn't like about this video. Uh, you'll see what I mean in a minute.
Besides, I doubt that things could get any worse. Hello, class. Listen up. We have someone new starting today. Please welcome Miss Brooks.
Why? Yeah, yeah, like it's like 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 yeah, like at most when I was growing up, even with unruly students, a teacher who was short, we could walk in your room with like it would get a stare like this at most. It would like they were aware, like there were people like that in the world who had jobs. They were not. I don't think that would have. I. It seems like a bit over. It seems again like this is for me in my context where I live. What would have happened? It just seems over the top for me. Again, if you are, if you actually have, if you actually are on shorter side of things and this height, please comment below if that you think that's if you think that's accurate or not. Yeah. Anyway, go on. Anyway, moving on.
Wait, are you a student or a teacher? Settle down. She's your new teacher, so you'd better all do what she says.
So far, the most unrealistic thing so far is okay. So for another another unrealistic thing. Uh, when I was growing up, the principal was not involved with the with students and the teachers. When I was in my seventh grade, it was like a big school. We had like three vice principals. I saw the principal of school one Senate assembly. I nicknamed him the Emperor, because he was like the Emperor of China. He ran everything from behind from his forbidden city, the office, and no one actually saw him. Uh, yeah, like hopefully this is very realistic where you live, where the principal is going to classes, knows who the students are, etc. It wasn't my experience, unfortunately, growing up. So.
Hi everyone, I'm so excited to meet you all.
Why are you so short?
Yeah.
I'm even taller than you.
Okay, how old are these kids? Like, I get they're like kind of unruly and children and like teenagers and stuff like that, but like it's like this is like I don't even think like it just seems like over the top for me. Again, culture plays a role, personal experience plays a role, and and there are certain things that were taboo for my cohort where I lived growing up. That just it just seems unrealistic to me. Again, comment from where you are if you think this would happen in your area in this day and age.
You're right. Let's just say I'm unique. But being unique is a good thing.
Not another board problem.
That's not what we're going to do. But since you're so tall, would you mind erasing this for me?
So, what are we gonna do?
Here, cat.
Okay. Excuse me a moment again. Remember this from last YouTube video, my Dharma video? I need it again. I had so many growing up teachers who thought they would swoop in as my intellectual savior, who knew who knew how to teach things, how to improve everything, and like okay, and they knew everything how they knew how to fix my problem as soon as they walk into a room without even meeting me. Okay, so these kids here. Okay, here's my question for this teacher. I'd ask her this question: what's her disability? Yes, people learn differently. Why do you think she particularly would learn well this way? How about her? How about all the other students in the classroom? Um, yeah, like it is just mainstreaming in another form. Now, don't get me wrong. I remember going to the Smile program, and there were games like this, help with hand-eye coordination and stuff. And I am very much a personal advocate of like alternative learning methods. My attitude is whatever darn well works, be it old-fashioned, be it new techniques, be it a combination of old and new. Uh, Sometimes the best way to get someone to learn is to get them to binge watch YouTube videos, and so long as it's right YouTube videos, it works. Sometimes, yeah, the only thing that works is you sit down, put your nose to the grindstone, and just go at it 10 times 10. And that's how you've got to do it. And sometimes there is no other way. Uh, that being said, like, the new teacher is being just as bad, just as horrible, and just as mainstreaming as the person in the first one. She does not, as original teacher, she does not know these students. Does she have information on how they learn? Have these students been diagnosed with learning disabilities? Are they just bored? What's going on? She has, unless she has this information, she has no idea. And frankly, considering the stakes for the students as well as the teachers, it is extremely irresponsible of her to just like bring and just let's solve this problem by playing a ball game, and then we'll learn more fun. Again, I think we should make learning fun. I think it should be like a game. That being said, if your goal is to solve this problem, you need to know what you're getting. You need to if you're not going to mainstream, don't mainstream. Even people among learning disabilities, we don't all learn the same. So yeah, that's kind of like my big thing for this video that I really dislike.
Why are there numbers all over this?
Wherever your thumbs land on the ball, you multiply those two numbers together.
Okay, I mentioned this in my last video. I suck at math, so I can honestly say, I watched this video before, and I can honestly say, had I played that game, it would have helped me diddly squat because I know how I learn, and I was struggling with math. If I were in her class, I would have flunked, frankly, and yeah, and I would yeah. So and she's basically using these students as an experiment for all intents and purposes. So yeah, she's just assuming that her methods are the work. She knows best. Oh, it's worked elsewhere. That'll work on them, just like the other teacher, just with a slightly more snidely, self-righteous face. At least the other teacher admitted what she was doing was not working. Again,
9 times 9 equals 81. Very good.
Yeah.
Now hit it to someone else.
And again, no, if this works for you with math or anything else, all the power to you. But I'm just saying, she shouldn't just be assuming that it'll work for everyone.
5 times 2 equals 10. Yes.
Fun.
I'm actually with a
13
Karen
times 7
teacher.
is 21.
You got it. Now hit it to someone else.
What do you think you're doing? Just
That's highly unprofessional of the Karen. Okay, she's a Karen, but she's being
Well, it looked to
unprofessional
me
too.
like
I'm sorry.
you were playing volleyball during class time. Does the principal know about this?
No, but I'm sure she wouldn't mind. I tried to keep my teaching not only educational, but also fun.
Fun.
All for trying to make it fun. I'm just saying, like with math, it may not work for everyone, and for considering the stakes, she should she should this if she does this, it should be because she's looked at their files. They've all been diagnosed with disability based on the evidence. They would all probably work. This method would probably work for them. I've unfortunately had first-hand experience with this, and I can pretty safely say that's not happening.
That will never work. Take it from me. I have the highest performing students in this
I wouldn't
school.
say never,
Let me give you a piece of
but
advice.
she is being reckless.
Stick with a traditional way, and then maybe your students will pass.
Okay, I hate this whole traditional is bad, new is good dynamic. Like sometimes traditional way is the best way, sometimes it's not. Sometimes new ways bring in fresh air. Sometimes they're just disastrous experiments. I'm very much against this false dichotomy. I think I'm a firm believer mixing and matching. If you when it comes to people who actually have disabilities and stuff.
Does that mean we have to stop playing? No. Not at all. Hit it to someone else. Yes!
She's very well intentioned, but like she is being reckless with these students. Oh, I have so many memories of this, of them attempting to make learning "quote unquote" fun. We're the dumb kids. It was a colossal waste of our time. I'm sorry. I know you were well-meaning, Twinny, but like, I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of this. I'm just not.
What are we doing here?
Okay. Like again, a person who has a learning disabilities. When I was doing math as a kid, and when I still hate math, it's like the numbers are like scrambled, all gibberish all over the board. That's what that literally looks like. This would have frustrated me through the roof when it comes to math. And these games would have been like I would. In addition, what would have happened? I would be so struggling trying to learn the game. I would not have been able to learn the math. This would not have worked with me. just speaking for myself, and I know there are probably others as well. Again, she's just painting everyone with the same. She's painting everyone with the same brush, just with a different brush.
And what are all these numbers for? We are going to play hopscotch now.
What's that? I'll show you. Can anyone tell me how to solve this problem? Does anyone know the first step? Okay, well, first you multiply.
The 10 by 2, which equals
If
20.
some people can work, but not
But don't
everyone.
tell me. Show me.
What do you mean?
I get it. 10 times
You can tell that these are actors that have
two
been these kids have been
equals
coached.
20.
You got it.
Yeah, as a kid who struggled with math and hand-eye coordination skills growing up, this class would have been like torture for me. This class would have been torture for me.
Plus 5 equals 20. Okay, what's next?
20 minus 5 equals 15.
Yes! So, x equals 15. That was brilliant.
What on earth is going on here? We're playing hopscotch math.
It
Having
is.
these kids jump around like monkeys doesn't teach them anything.
It doesn't.
Well, it seems to be going just fine.
This is nonsense. I'm going to tell what is going
Not math
on
anyway.
here. I'm glad you're
Not
here.
math anyway.
Miss Brooks isn't
least
teaching
not
the
with me.
kids anything. Yesterday, she had them throwing a ball around, and today it's hopscotch. She's having these kids play games instead of learning. Is this
I'm
true,
actually
Miss
her
Brooks?
concerns.
These are all learning games. I know my style of teaching is unique, but if my life has taught me anything, it's that unique is a good thing.
It
Not all
can
kids
work.
learn by just writing on a whiteboard.
That much is true.
That is
I wouldn't
good
discount
point.
her method entirely, but shouldn't automatically assume
All
she
my
knows what she's
years of
doing.
teaching, I have never seen something this foolish. This is
Again, I
not
agree with
how
her.
kids learn. That's not
It varies.
true. I've learned a lot.
It varies.
Oh,
It can depend on the
yeah, you
student.
kids love to just have fun and waste your day
Even
playing
if he's just being
games.
cynical.
You know what is on the line right now. Don't pass. And I don't want to put my job in jeopardy because of some new teacher's crazy ideas.
Or the
You've got
students'
to tell her
well-being.
to stop.
Or the students' futures, I might add.
You really think this will work?
I know it will.
Well then, we will give your unique way of teaching a try. And if that does not work, then we will talk again.
I agree with
Fine. But I'm warning you, you are making a huge.
I kind of gotta give credit to the principal in this video. That is comparatively healthy attitude. We'll give it a shot. We'll see if it works. If it works, it works. Doesn't. That's probably like the best attitude to take for these sort of things. Again, like as a student, I'm cynical. I would have hated this. I would have hated these games because I struggle with hand-eye coordination as well as math. And I wouldn't have learned anything in this particular. If I had been a student in this class in real life, I would have learned Diddly Squat. May not be that way for everyone, but the traditional teacher is wrong. The new teacher with a new method is wrong too. They're both trying to spray all the kids with the same brush. The principal has the healthiest attitude of everyone here, pretty well.
Mistake.
Thank you.
You are so welcome.
Okay, who wants to solve the next problem?
I can do math now, but I still hate it.
Style of teaching, and all the students love it.
As time goes on, she continues to play more learning games with her kids.
Lots of learning games as a kid growing
They
up. A
have
lot of it
so
was a
much
waste of
fun,
time.
but also
At
learn
least
a
with
lot at
math.
the same time. Even though not everyone agrees with her style of teaching,
Yeah, like learning games can work, and I again highly recommend them. But like, if you're struggling with math, I would want to see a lot of evidence before I'd recommend it. Like, um, learning games with history, for example, to make a story. Uh, remember stories from history. That's much better. That'd be much better fit. But math is like, Darman, you took like the one the one subject that is probably absolute nightmare to make fun and gave it learning game and like you this if this was history it would have been a lot more believable, but not math. People are struggling with math. No, like, I'm sorry.
Daisy never lets that stop her. Before long, all of Daisy's students are volunteering in class and having so much fun. And then comes the day of the assessment test. Daisy passes the test out to all her students, hoping for the best.
And
A
this has been
couple
helping
weeks later, everyone gets a big surprise.
Next, let's discuss the upcoming holiday break.
Wait, whatever happened to the assessment tests?
I haven't heard anything yet, but from what I understand, the board will be coming by soon.
Excuse me, Principal Adams?
Yes, we were just talking about you.
Well, that's nice. May I have a moment with you, please?
Sure. I'll be right back. That didn't sound very good.
This is so stressful. I didn't want to have to look for a new job.
I tried to warn everyone. I knew this was gonna happen.
You guys are not going to believe this. What happened?
Please don't tell me we're getting fired.
Let me guess. None of Miss Brooks' students passed. Told you should have listened to me.
Not only did they all pass, they scored higher on average than any other class in this school.
Really? Wow, congratulations.
That's amazing.
Okay, for some students, things like that can work. Again, like, I'm not discounting the possibility that this could ever work for anyone ever. But I am saying, like, she got lucky. She got lucky. The new teacher got lucky on this one. She went in blind. Uh, with the new method. She went in blind with a new method to teach a subject that is very hard. Uh, very hard to correlate with a game, and it just so happened that all the students happened to learn this way. This was luck. This was dumb luck. Emphasis on the dumb. If this happened in real life. Which would be pretty unlikely if you ask me. Again, former students, they tried to teach this way.
And because our school improved so much, we are being officially recognized by the entire board. So, let's give a warm round of applause to Miss Daisy Brooks for her amazing work.
Pardon me, I'm just gonna turn a light again 'cause it's getting dark out. I just want to comment on that. Much better? Okay. this is just mainstreaming with another brush. Again, I said it before, but like, what on earth makes her think they're not just saying that this? Okay, here's the thing. This is just—it's the same kind of mainstreaming. It's it's like these students probably learn differently because her students were fine. They were doing quite well in math. Um, these students learn differently, and they learned, but why does she and everyone suddenly think these students are going to learn the same way? Uh, maybe it's something to try, but it's not like the old traditional ways are useless anymore. No, uh, they were they no, those new methods work for those students. I speak as one who struggled in math. I needed a lot of one-on-one tension, and I will tell you, I was it was a lot of one-on-one intent. What got me through math was a lot of one-on-one attention and a very traditional way of being taught math, and that's what got me through it for the most part. A few tricks, but that was it for me. And these things did not work, and so yeah,
So much fun. I like this way so much better. Me too. It's so
it's great if you were learning. If you're learning, that's what matters.
I've come to learn that being unique is a good thing.
Why is it? How is it unique if everyone's doing it now? Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, okay. So I'm glad that video is over. Okay, so I'll say this: I give it an A plus for accuracy, while at the same time giving it an F for accuracy. I'll give it an F for accuracy because I I was a student where things like that were done. It did not work with me. It did not work with a lot of the other students. We were essentially guinea pigs. I was a guinea pig, and these new teaching methods and our futures were put on the line for it. I'm all for new methods of ways of teaching. I'm all for looking at new ways to try things. Completely. Like I if you ask me, I think we should combine history and gym class in schools and just do ancient gladiatorial combats. They'll remember it. That being said, it doesn't work with everything, and does not everyone is the exact same way. Some people do learn better the traditional way. Some people struggle more. Some people learn more quickly. And this idea of like we all play, we're all playing this using this old fashioned method and doesn't work for some people. Now they're trying to do another thing that works for everyone else, which by the way only worked in one class. Like it's very accurate. Unfortunately, it's very accurate for what's actually done in schools, from my personal experience. Uh, Unfortunately, though, I give it an F because it shouldn't be. Like, it was highly reckless, highly irresponsible. Um, she went in there blind. She had no reason to think that it would work for these particular students, other than her savior mentality. Which, by the way, I've had so many teachers know how to fix me. I've had so many people in general try to fix my disabilities, fix how I learn poorly, based on and they're the great heroes that have to do it right. Sometimes uh, I just like the whole attitude which it was gone about. It was again, like if you're watching this, I'm not saying ever do anything like this with students. Give it a shot by all means, but you're playing with their future. A minute's experimental. Tell that to the students too. We'll see if it works. If it doesn't, and and have a reason to do something before you try it. Like with math, like math, not so much. And like if something doesn't work, don't do it. Like thankfully with learning disabilities now, like there's certain recommendations when you get diagnosed that specifically state here's the accommodations you need and what would help. But yeah. So anyway, absolutely hated the video. It's like one of the few I like most of what Darman does. This is certainly one of the exceptions. It promotes just another form of mainstreaming, which I'm sorry, I guess it's a popular thing now to include everyone. I'm sorry, I needed to learn differently. I need to learn on my own. Was unfair. It's unfair to me to push me forward before I learned. It's unfair to make me learn a traditional method. It's unfair to like use these guinea pig experiments on me just as one as a part of the whole group. Um, whole group. But yeah, like I just do not like the video. I do not like what's being promoted in it as far as like how to teach students go. So anyway, that's my thoughts on it. If you have any questions or comments on my reaction and like a further explanation, comment below. I'm happy to share my thoughts. But yeah. Anyway, stay safe, everyone.